Welcome back, everyone. Super popular New York Times Magazine columnist Dorie Greenspan is back with her 13th book. In Everyday Dorie, she invites readers into her own kitchen to get a taste of what she cooks for weekday and weekend meals at home. So it is so great to have you here. 5 times James Beard Award winner.
Wait, I feel like I should be as
I know, I'm going to shrink a little bit.
When
I
you
know.
give me an introduction
I'm a giant. And she's one of the who's who of food and beverage in America. Dorie, thank you for being here with us today. I feel like there are so many questions that I have for you, but first off, this is something that always interests me, is when you do this professionally, what do you do at home? Like, do you just want a PB&J, or do you like to actually prepare yourself to eat little things too?
I've always wanted to like PB&J, and I don't.
Really?
Yeah. No, so this is really the kind of food that I make all the time. The peppers that we're going to make together, I've been wearing out this recipe.
Okay.
I love this recipe. I think it kind of embodies the spirit of my new book because, as you'll see, no technique.
Okay.
It's like if you have kids, it's like an arts and crafts project.
Okay, this is, when you say no technique, I'm like, oh, that's my kind of cooking.
Right,
Okay.
you can do this, right? Actually, I'll show you and explain as we go along.
Okay, and so what are we making today? What is this dish?
Okay, it's kind of a tongue twister. Oven charred tomato stuffed peppers.
Okay, oven charred tomato stuffed peppers. Got it.
Okay. So bell peppers, cut the long way.
Okay.
And I love when there's a surprise in a dish. I love when you look at a dish and you think you know everything about it, and then you take a taste and you think, there's something, I can't quite put my finger on it. And so the something in this dish is a mixture of breadcrumbs that has lemon zest in it, lemon juice, and I like to put a little bit of anchovy in there.
Ooh,
yeah,
for
so
saltiness?
For the saltiness, there's kind of, it's an umami flavor.
Okay.
And you can't, again, you don't quite know what it is.
And you make that yourself beforehand?
Oh, I buy
Or do you buy this?
I buy the breadcrumbs already crumbed, you know, right? But
Awesome.
then add the lemon and the zest. I'm going to put some fresh lemon here. And then, as I said, it's just like an arts and crafts project. So if you have kids at home, they can be the ones to put the tomatoes in.
And I did notice that you had already cleared all of the seeds out of the bell pepper. That's how you were supposed to.
Right.
See, I don't know much about bell peppers because it is one of the foods that I don't particularly like. So I feel like you're probably going to change my mind today.
So, you know, I've given up changing minds,
Okay.
right? I mean, my husband doesn't like goat cheese, and I keep saying, you'll like this one. You'll love this one. But you might like these,
All right.
Because what don't you like about bell pepper?
You know what? Something about it there's like a bitterness that I sense. And I know I'm the weirdo. Other people love these. My daughter eats them like they're apples, but there's just something about the flavor.
Today we might have a difference because these are charred in the oven, so they're sweeter than, let's see.
Okay.
Okay?
So you
salt, pepper.
Okay.
Here's what I've done. I love this little trick. I put olive oil and herbs and garlic on the bottom of the baking sheet.
Okay.
So it's as though I've seasoned the bottom of the peppers. Right now I'm going to put a little oil over. I'm going to put you over here, over the top.
And that's a pretty liberal amount of olive oil.
It's probably about half a teaspoon.
Oh, okay.
It's really not that much. I'm going to take some fresh herbs. You can do more, you can do less. So, okay, I started to say there are many things I like about this dish. I like that I think it's beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
Just like this, before it goes into the oven. You could make this hours ahead, put it in the refrigerator, and when you're ready to roast the peppers, put them in the oven.
Okay.
So it's got that make ahead. You can serve it hot. You can serve it warm, you can serve it at room temperature. So when I said this is kind of the spirit of the book, it's easy, it's practical. If you don't want breadcrumbs and you have some leftover quinoa or rice, you could put it right under there instead of my mystery, my mystery crumbs. So this is ready to go into the oven or the refrigerator.
Okay, and then when you are finally baking it, what temperature, how long?
It's a hot oven, and it's about 45 minutes, 50. You really can't overbake it.
Okay, that's
Right?
good to know too.
Right? You can set the alarm, and if you don't hear it in your minutes later, you'll be fine.
Right.
You'll be fine.
Only if a fire breaks out should you really be worried about it, right?
Fireproof peppers.
Okay, very good.
Fireproof peppers.
That's an easier name for them than the other one too. There you go.
Unchar tomato stuff. Yep, you're right.
Okay, so what do we have going on
So
over here?
this is a dish. It's called ricotta spoonable, and it's ricotta cheese, and I put it in a strainer just to get some of the liquid off. You're
Right.
going to be in charge of this, okay?
If it's cheese, I'm happy to be in charge of
Good.
it.
So you've already got some shallots in there, some lemon zest, some lemon juice. Stir, stir, stir.
Yeah, it looks like the shallots are already kind of mixed in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to give you herbs, any herbs that you'd like. I like tarragon, I like dill, parsley.
Do you always do
basil.
fresh or do you do dried herbs?
For this, I prefer fresh herbs.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have scallions? You could have some
Little
scallions.
scallions.
You could have some salt and pepper. And then, so this, when I made this the first time, I liked it so much, I made it again and again and again. And I keep it in, I'm going to retry it across
Yeah,
here.
please.
I keep it in the refrigerator just the way I keep mustard or sriracha. It's my real go-to because it's good with, I think you need a little more. It's good with vegetables.
Okay.
It's good on top of toast. And it's even good on top of our peppers.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
Right?
Okay. So what this is in your book?
This is it.
Are
This
these
is
in your
all
book?
in Everyday Dorie.
What was the inspiration for Everyday Dorie?
I've done a lot of baking books, but I cook every day. And somebody said to me, "Do you really cook?" I said, "I feed my family more than cookies." And I have been cooking. We were living in rural Connecticut for the past 8 years. And I had been going back and forth to the supermarket, our round trip, and cooking, and realizing that my food had become really simple and practical because I was in rural Connecticut with only the supermarket.
Sure.
And so I was excited to take these new recipes, which have, I think, a lot of flavor, a lot of style, and aren't hard at all. I mean, you've just made it.
Look
That's
what I
it.
made. Yes.
Look what you
that
made.
shows if I can do it, you can do it. Well, thank you for being here. And Dorie's actually going to be at Book Larder tomorrow from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The event is sold out, no surprise because it's Dorie, but we will have info on New Day's website about how you can join their wait list. And when we come back, we're going to try and work off some of this amazing cooking with a pretty hardcore boot camp. Get fit.